Good morning. How about we start by standing and greeting those worshiping around us this morning?
I'm trying to remember. Give me the eye. That's Mama. I enjoyed your dad too. I enjoyed talking to him. He said we can be my maiden name is Joe. And he said, well, there's the show that's in our tree. My ship go hard.
I mean, and he could literally tell you all the way up.
I know.
And he could tell you who everybody's mom and dad is and who remarried and who's
So good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to see everybody this morning. We welcome you to Travelers Rest United Methodist Church. If you're visiting with us today, if you're a guest, we are glad to have you. Whether you're watching online right now or going to watch later, or you're here in the sanctuary, we are glad you're here. And just a couple of things I want to ask you to do. If you're here in the sanctuary, if you're sitting closest to the center aisle, if you would take the pew pad and sign it and pass it down. And then when it gets to the other end of the pew, pass it back so that we can begin to get to know one another. I'm sure that if you look down your pew, maybe you don't know everybody. And so that will help you get to know people sitting and worshiping close to you this morning. A couple of things happening. This afternoon, 5:30, Trunk or Treat. We still have some spaces available. So even if you didn't sign up for Trunk or Treat today, bring your car. Most importantly, bring candy. I don't really think the kids care about the cars. That's an adult thing. But bring the candy. Right? And so we've got spaces available. So even if you didn't sign up, come today, 5:30. Because we're having Trunk or Treat today, there'll be no trumpets today. UMYF will meet at 5 o'clock to decorate the car, and they'll be part of Trunk or Treat this morning as well, or this afternoon as well. Next Sunday is All Saints Sunday. It's the day that we celebrate the saints, not only in the church that have passed away in the last year, but it's a day that we celebrate all of our saints, those people who have impacted our lives, made us who we are, and have gone on to their eternal home. And so one way that we do that is there's a sheet in the lobby that I invite you to write the names of your saints on. And that sheet will cover our altar table next Sunday for the worship service. It's already filling up. My goal is to see it pretty much filled with all the saints of our congregation. And so I invite you to do that after the service or anytime between now and Thursday. It'll be out in the lobby. Annual conference or charge conference is November the 6th at 7 o'clock. If you're not sure what charge conference is, it's an annual meeting of the church, a business meeting where we celebrate ministries of the church, but it's also where we prepare for the 2024 church year as we vote on the budget and we vote on lay leadership for the new year. If you're on church council, you are the voting members of charge conference, and so I invite you to be here in the sanctuary. Our district superintendent, Reverend Jim Dennis, will be here to lead us, but everyone's invited to come to that meeting and hear all that has been going on in the life of the church over the last year. One last announcement, very important announcement. Time changes next weekend. All right, time changes. We fall back, which means you're going to get an hour of sleep back, right? But if you don't change your clock back, you're going to be here at church an hour before everybody else. All right, so make sure you make that adjustment before you go to bed on Saturday evening. It's a beautiful day today. It's a beautiful day to be here in God's house and to worship Him. And I invite you to join me as we read responsibly the call to worship that is found in your bulletin and also on the screen. We come to worship today with many questions. What is it that God would have us hear today?
In song and silence we will listen. In praise and prayers we will remember.
Faith is not about certainty. Faith is what we hope for, but cannot always see.